Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and folks of the internet. This is John, and we are back with Growing Shadows yet again. We are happy to more than likely be on a little bit more normal schedule. Of course, holidays will throw things off, but we are finally moving in and moved into our game room for the most part. It's not all boxes behind me, uh, which was, of course, a thing. But anyway, really quick, a few announcements. Obviously, what all announcements do we have? I know we got right now we've got Call of Cthulhu's. We should have a game coming up next week. Are we going to be going back into?
No, we are doing an Octon Cthulhu 1 or 2 shot that will be next week. So it's kind of depending. One of our regular cast members for Illuminated Page is still writing some proposals for school, so he has requested a couple more weeks of game time to work on that. So yeah, we're going to be doing Octon Cthulhu in the 2D20 system. Matt will be GMing that for us next week.
And for those of you curious, Octon Cthulhu is in the Cthulhu mythos, and unlike Call of Cthulhu, which takes place kind of around the area of World War One and coming out of the Great Depression, Octon Cthulhu takes place before, during, and after World War II, and involves the war in Europe and dealing with all the crazy Lovecraftian forces that people start looking into and gaining hold of. So it's it's going to be a soldier slash war slash spies. So it's mythos
it's
and
gonna be a
cultists
soldier
everywhere.
slash war
So I'm kind of looking forward to that one. Other things I definitely want to announce is that a friend of our channel, Todd Crapper, who is the gentleman who designed our logo for Growing Shadows. He's the guy who did all the font choices, and he works for Third Eye Games, gave us a lot of help over the years. In fact, Ironbound, which is another game that he is part of the design team for, that works with the PIP system for Third Eye Games. Same creator, and so he's got a new game coming out, and it is called Pandora Total Destruction. It is a superhero game, except that these superheroes, it's more along the lines of they have just discovered their powers, and their powers are great enough that they could possibly level an entire city without meaning to. And so it is about facing enemies that are greater than you and at the same time risking being the force that may destroy everything. Part of this is also, different entities are going to find you and want to train you and teach you to control your powers, to go from being that, very destructive force to being more of a force for good or evil. He even opens up that possibility with his world. But anyways, the name of the game is Pandora Total Destruction. I backed it. I really hope that everyone else will back it. It's on Kickstarter right now. So other than that, I will quickly say I backed it.
That tonight with Ninja Crusade, we do have our players playing children, which means that this game will include situations that include possible harm or danger or peril for children. We try to keep it light, much more along the lines of, say, Goonies or movies along those lines, or Naruto. Death and harm can happen in these games, and if that is something you don't really want to expose yourself to, we fully understand. But with that said, I think we can go ahead and get our intro going, and we'll be right back. But with that said, I think we can go ahead and get our intro going, and we'll be right back. With that said, I think we can go ahead and get our intro going, and we'll be right back.
Slowing to the deep shadows, let's start growing. I'm washing the heat and now I'm glowing. Enemies beside you, a hand you can find. Toys from the past, the brains ain't counting. I feel always trying to, gonna see it through. Throwing out things to the village of then catch two. Then
Are we live?
Yeah.
All right. So welcome back, everyone. Whoa.
Sorry.
Are we live?
Yeah.
I'm coming through the monitor over there.
All right, so welcome
so
back, everyone.
when last we left
Whoa.
our intrepid group of
Sorry.
ninjas, and I'm going to go a little bit further
Coming
back.
through the monitor.
What we
All
have
right,
is that
so
everybody
when last we left our
was
intrepid group of
Sorry.
ninjas, and I'm going to go a little bit
investigating.
further back.
I'll start there. We were
What we have
investigating
is that
the
everybody
mayor
was,
Haimanmu,
of ninjas.
which
I'm gonna go a
is
little
a
bit
city
further back.
on the
We
East
were
Coast
investigating
where
the mayor
usually the virtuous
which
bodyguard
is
in the
a
city
city on the
hold
East
quite a lot of
Coast
sway in that
where
territory, but Haimanmu has become kind of this area where people are forced to work in forges as well as mines, and they provide the large amounts of iron to the entirety of the empire. The idea was that more than likely somebody over there was working against the ninjas, possibly
somebody over there
responsible for poisoning of an ally.
possibly
This team of ninjas went in, investigated, and while there discovered that one of their rivals was also investigated, and while there discovered that one of their rivals was also investigated, and while there discovered that one of their rivals. Well, my camera and everything is possessed, but I should be back any second. Well, here, my camera and everything is under the table, but I should be back any second. So, here, my camera I have it under the table, but what we have
flawless.
perfectly flawless. So, what we have going on though is that this team was investigating and followed the rival to the village of Hidden
What we
Leads, I
have
believe is
going
what it
on
was
though
called,
is that this team was
and discovered
to the
that the
hidden
Serpent Clan had been specifically the Fangs of Onimaru had been using this area as a base or something, and had departed, leaving behind the drug rival.
using this area as a base or something.
When you all
And
arrived there,
departed,
not too
leaving
far
behind
behind you were the
a
forces
drug
of the
rival.
Empire.
And
And
when
kind
you
of a
all
lot of
arrived there,
questions
not too
going
far
on,
behind you
but
were
you
the
managed
forces
to
of the
have a
And
kind of surprise them, harm a few of them, and escape in your new mystery machine, for lack of a better term.
surprise them, harm a few of them.
At some
And
point,
escape in
my
your
players
new
had
mystery machine,
gotten
for lack
a
of
cart,
better term.
and one of them is a salesman, and they basically
some
turned
point
this into the
my
equivalent
players
of
had
a
gotten
snake
a
oil
cart,
salesman
and one
kind
of
of
them is a
cart,
salesman,
but
and they
you know,
basically
well,
turned this
like in
into
the
the
Old
equivalent
West, that
of
where it like
a
popped up, like in all the
snake oil
movies, they always
salesman
pop up,
kind
and
of
there's a
is
stage
cart,
that rolls
but
out.
they
You know, well,
basically turned this
like in
into
the
the
Old
Kind of,
West,
yeah,
that where it
it's
like
And then,
popped up, like in all the
uh,
movies,
as
they
a-
always pop up, and
kind
there's a
of
stage
is
that
cart.
rolls out.
You know, well,
Does that
like in the
really
Old
kind of,
West,
yeah.
that where it like
Yeah,
popped
exactly.
up, like in all the
Oh,
movies, they
man,
always
I
pop
just
up,
recently
and there's a
watched
stage that
Django
rolls
Unchained.
out.
I just can't get that
Ooh,
image of that
wow.
wobbly
Yeah.
tooth out of my head right now. Watched
Django
Unchained. I just can't get that image of
So-
that wobbly
I
tooth
don't have
out of
the
my head.
feudal
I
ID.
just
for it,
recently
so
watched
I have to
Django
find it.
Unchained. I just can't get
One of
that
the more terrifying
image of
things
that
with
wobbly
this
tooth.
I don't
was
have
that
the
there was an
Watched
individual
Django Unchained. I
leading
just
this,
can't get
one of the
that
more
image
terrifying
of
things
that
of
wobbly
Imperial
tooth.
soldiers,
Or
or at least he was an
chains
chains,
leading
uh,
one of the more
and
of
kind of being
soldiers,
dragged
or
ahead
at least
of, or
he was in
dragging
chains,
his keepers behind him.
one of the more
It's rumored that he was more likely an executioner, and he was known as Ichi the Cannibal. It's rumored that he was so. Our team is currently on the road on the run from this Imperial battalion that is behind us on the road on the run. So this Imperial the first night, as you are on the road heading west, you're traveling across the Cradle of Life province, and you know that at some point you will have to cross over into the middle province. Because one of the goals that you had suggested was the idea to arrive at Tenokiba. That is the location of possibly one of the other conspirators, and it was where your teachers had gone to go investigate. That is the location of possibly one there was, I guess, a sense of hope that maybe if you went and met up with your instructors, together you could team up to face down this threat. But the longer that you've been on the road, traveling to face down this threat, you haven't been able to stop. It is pretty much throughout the day you are traveling. A couple of you maybe are able to sleep. It is inside of the throughout the day you are traveling. Your vehicle. This, it is inside. I don't know what you call it. I mean, other than the wagon.
Wagon.
Throughout the day
Wagon.
of this
Mystery machine.
This, yeah. It is inside. I don't know what you call
That's
it. I
what
mean, other
everybody
than the
seems to be
wagon.
calling it. I don't believe that was the name we
Mystery machine.
No.
settled on
Yeah.
by any stretch.
I don't know what you call
That's
it. I
what
mean, other
everybody
than
seems
the
to be
wagon.
calling it.
Cash money
That was the
mobiles.
name we
Mystery machine.
settled on by any stretch.
But as you're traveling,
Cash
so you
money
are able to
mobiles.
get sleep, but your horses are not.
By any stretch.
And you are fairly certain
So you are able to get
that the army is pushing, and they are moving even at night to try to catch up. So you are able to get that the army is pushing,
I don't like that.
and they are moving even at night to try to. If this individual who was with them, Ichi the Cannibal,
In the future,
is able
we
to
get attacked
sense
by a warrior race called
he
the Kree.
like a bloodhound, there's very little sense that you could get away. And so it's pretty much a given, like a sense that, conclusion you could get away. That at some point you will have to face pretty much a given, like a sense that,
thanks, Gio.
conclusion you could get away. That at some point you will have to face. So, with that said, as you were traveling in the wagon, traveling west, I will also point out that as you are leaving the Cradle of Life province and getting closer to a river, traveling west, it's getting a lot nicer. As you are leaving the Cradle of Life province, but the river that you're coming up to, you know that if you travel north on that river, it would take you to the capital city of Daiwa, where the emperor lives. Now, this is still a great ways off, but it's pretty much like the southern area of Cradle of Life province has been decimated by the war, and now you're moving out of that area and further into country that has been much better decimated by the war, and possibly not seen as much conflict out of that area and further into country that has been. So, what are y'all going to be doing as you're traveling? And do you have a plan?
I have a
So what are y'all going to be doing as you're traveling? And do you have a plan?
Yeah, there's an issue with this. The sound like an
So what are
echo.
y'all going to be doing as you're traveling? And do you have a plan?
say 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, there's an issue with this. The sound like an
So what are
echo.
y'all going to be doing?
Some of that may be because John and I are not on push to talk, which I
Yeah,
can
there's an
change.
issue with this. The sound like an echo.
I'm not hearing that on my end.
Yeah,
Or
I'm not
mine.
on push to talk, which I
Yeah,
can
there's an
change.
issue with this. The sound like an echo.
I'm not hearing that on my end.
There's-
Everybody do that, or is
Or
it just
mine.
men?
Yeah, there's an issue with this. The sound.
The other issue, John, is I really
I'm
need you
not
to push
hearing
that
that on
ring
my
light,
end.
like
There's-
aim it down or something. You just look like eyeballs.
There's an issue with this.
Like it's like the other issue, John, is I would dark
not
holes
hearing
that
that
ring
on my
light,
end.
like aim it down or something. You just look like eyeballs. Throwing me off. There we go. Like it's like the other issue. Let's see.
holes that
Sound.
There's-
Like aim it down.
You are the illuminated page.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seems that way
Let's
tonight.
see. Let's see.
You are the illuminated page.
I don't know what you guys are hearing. Yeah.
Seems that way tonight.
Let's see.
Is it
You
only
are
coming
the
through
illuminated
on because of the other system that it's going out on?
Let's see.
Is it
You
only
are
coming
the
through
illuminated
on because of the other system that it's going out on?
Let's see.
Is it only coming through on
It's the same on all of it? Okay, well,
because of the other system that it's
fun.
going out on?
So let me see here.
Is it only coming through on
It's the same on all of it? Okay, well,
because of the other system that
fun.
it's going out on?
So let me see here.
Is it only coming
Hooray, growing pains.
Yeah, I mean, it does show that there's a lot of audio happening even when we're not talking,
Hooray, growing
which
pains.
is very strange. I mean, it does show that there's a lot of audio happening even when we're not talking.
Hooray, growing
So, which
pains.
is very strange. It's definitely something. It does show that
Oh.
a lot of audio happening even when we're not talking.
Hooray, growing
So,
pains.
is it this? How about now? Did it stop? Hello?
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 It stopped? Yes doesn't help me. It did stop.
Yeah, I muted you on here and checked it out on the stream. It stopped on the
I
stream.
just pulled it up too. Yeah, we're
Okay.
good.
Sorry about that, y'all. At least you could hear it. So
Doubly so.
yeah, so sorry about that, but hopefully we're squared up now.
I love that that little graphic I found that basically says every actual play is like a seance. Can
It
you
is.
hear me?
Can you hear
Can
me?
you hear me? We can
Yes.
hear you, but can you hear us?
Yes.
What?
Tap your brightness down on that thing. A couple more clicks.
Where did you put it?
It's wherever you put it.
Okay, then. Goodness.
Ooh, that's good.
Wow, King Nerd Lord, that is harsh.
He's one of the
said what?
players.
Yeah.
What did he say?
As a reminder, he is one of my players in one of my D&D games, and he said that he wants to make sure that Guy gets fed to wood ants after first making him into wood.
That's
Then
specific.
Very specific.
Thank you, John. Now can you scoot to your right a little bit? Thank you. Perfect.
Wonderful. So do I need to repeat any of what's going on at this point?
We're being hunted by the Empire and their little cannibal buddy that they've trained, and who has our scent because we ran away the last time. Right?
Yes. And you also do have we do have the rival with us as well, if you
yes,
remember.
we have Koga, right?
We have baggage.
Yeah, we captured someone last time.
Was it Ichi? What is the cannibal's name?
Ichi. ICHI.
Ichi?
Well, maybe that's his
thought that
problem. We just need to scratch him.
Or he needs a good.
That'd be ITCH.
Which is how I spelt it in my notes.
No, man, is this a reference to Ichi the Killer from Takashi Miike?
Yes, it would be.
Yes, yes.
Oh, you nerd.
I am a nerd.
And so is John. So is John. It's fine.
Takashi Miike does some great. Wait, no, I've shown you a scene from one of his movies.
Yes, you have.
Which one?
The Happiness of the Katakuris.
Yes,
The
which is
soup
also one of
gremlin.
Roxy's favorites.
I love that movie. It's so good. That was the opening claymation thing that we showed you at the shop that one day, Justine, where the girl screams and
Oh,
detaches. Yeah, and
so
starts
good.
flying
That thing.
around.
I don't ever want to see that.
Tough.
Same director.
Yeah.
I
and
hated that.
yeah, Amanda's in the chat going, "OMG, we love that movie." Amanda and I experienced that. I experienced it first with my father, who found it and was like, "This movie's nuts. Watch it." And then we showed it to Amanda, and then Amanda and I made John and David watch it, and John and David were not as interested as we were, but it was highly recommended. I own it on iTunes if any of you all want to do a watch party some night.
I didn't know what to expect, and
But it wasn't
that's
that.
all I'll say. I have seen Japanese musicals before, and this one does it justice.
Oh boy.
It's so good. It's so good. And I don't even like musicals. It's so good, guys. But anyway, so Ichi the Cannibal,
Mm-hmm.
and then where are we headed? Are we still headed to Tenokiba?
You are headed west towards Tenokiba across the Cradle of Life province.
And they are following us because Ichi has our scent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And just to remind me, we're trying to get into the Cradle of Life province because who is
That's where
there?
our teachers are.
Our teachers
If you leave the Cradle of Life province and enter into what's called Bridge to the World, that's Tenokiba, and that is mainly a merchant town, but everything possible can be bought, sold there. and your instructors are there investigating a certain merchant.
Did we? I know that we had a plan to. At least we played with the idea of setting an ambush to try and capture Ichi, but did we eventually turn down that idea?
I think we did, and we ran.
Well,
Chet says no.
Yeah, no. It was like, we wanted to ambush him.
We did plan to ambush. I don't remember anything about capturing, but ambush was planned.
Yeah.
No, I think we were just gonna kill his ass.
I mean, it's the best way to make him stop chasing us.
Sorry, that's what a guy at a church told me one time.
Kill his ass gently.
Yeah, that's exactly how I said it. He was like,
gently?
He's like, if any of those, if I ever find the person who stole that from me, I'm gonna kill his ass. And
this guy is never gonna be in the church.
What did he steal from him?
Like, that was so Christian of you.
How
Forgiveness
fun.
and all that stuff. I was like, oh. And that's exactly how I said it.
It's like the
you're whispering because you know you're saying something bad, aren't you?
What kind of area are we in?
So when you leave the Cradle of Life province, Cradle of Life is a deceptive term because it is the most decimated area from it used to be the farmland. It used to be the kind of the place where everything was grown for the empire, but it has been decimated and destroyed essentially by both sides in order to weaken each other. So you are leaving, essentially traveling across the Cradle of Life. It looks like bogs, destroyed fields, very few people out here because there's no way to make a living or live. And you're heading towards a river. That river flows north-south. And once you cross that river, you will end up in the bridge. I think it's called Bridge to the World province, where Tenokiba is. So as you're traveling out of these bogs and wasted fields, you are entering into a much more lush areas of the country that have not seen war.
So. Just a quick correction. I believe I'm just looking at the book here. Isn't Tenokiba in the Silk Belt?
Actually, you are correct. Sorry.
No worries.
They're right next to each other.
They are.
Yeah. They kind of like parallel each other. And there's a very small mark that denotes the break between the two, the border between the two. But yes, Silk Belt province is where Tenokiba is. So I know where the directions and everything else makes sense, but I said the wrong name of the
No
Sorry about
worries. That. The Silk Belt is fancy.
Okay.
Well, it has a floating city. Guy wants to go.
If
it's not really that kind of floating city.
If there isn't any like wooded areas around, ambush might not be feasible. So a head-on assault might be our best option.
You have not yet told us about your bow. That's correct, right?
Correct.
Okay. Another question. Did you recap about the snake, John?
I didn't. At this point, it's kind of in the background.
Okay.
But
I was like, did we see any signs of there being a large graboid in the dirt?
No.
Okay.
Are there tremors?
Okay, cool. Then let's.
I will say that when you get to the river, there will be trees on both sides of the river.
Oh, okay. Could we sort out some sort of ambush there or some sort of ruse?
Absolutely.
Perhaps?
If our animals pulling the wagon aren't getting any rest, how many days have we been traveling?
At this point, I'm going to say you have been traveling. I've only mentioned the first 24 hours, so you are on your second day of travel.
Yeah, we're going to have to let the animals rest at some point. This wagon is not a BB.
How much farther until we get to the bridge, if we know?
For getting to
Getting to the river at least.
you're probably looking. Yeah, you're looking at maybe another day's travel.
So here's an idea.
Okay.
If this guy is drawn to chakra, then what if we find a place to hide the wagon so that the horses can rest in a that is relatively close but far away enough so that we still have a place to fall back to and giddy up out of here if we need to. But then we infuse some inane object like a rock or something like that, put it out in the open so that he gets drawn out there, and then that way we can hide in trees or whatever is around here and maybe not necessarily kill him, but at the very least disable him, take out a leg, a knee, something like that, something that'll keep him slowed down if we can't just straight up kill him or if the fight goes bad. And then backup plan is to run to the wagon. That way we can attempt to end it, and if that goes bad, we have a way out. And the fight is on our terms and not his.
Are there trees around where we are?
You see ahead of you that by this evening you will be in trees, and you would think that somewhere in that area, that vicinity, is going to be that river.
Sounds
Right,
like
that
a perfect place.
Sounds like a good plan.
So we just have to make it a little further.
Yeah, we just need to make it to the trees. That way we can, if he's close enough behind us that the encounter will happen at night, that's even better for us.
For sure.
And
Sounds good to me.
part of that, you guys can hide, and I'll be out in the open as bait, like trying to get their attention.
There we go. We could just have
draw them to me.
You could just channel the chakra. You don't even have to put it into a thing.
I can't.
Oh
do
wait.
That.
Oh.
I don't have any.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I can make sound, and I can.
Yeah, he can make some noise.
Be loud.
The whole ambush thing, I feel like takes a loss if we as the chakra people are the ones that are hiding and he smells us.
Well, there's more than just him. And they have him on chains. We don't even know if he can talk.
True. Okay. As long as you can.
When we saw him earlier, did he seem intelligent or just like a beast?
More along the lines of a beast. I mean, he was on chains and he was dragging the people behind him as he was, kind of following. He had that feeling almost like Bloodhound following a trail kind of thing.
Yeah, and I mean, I can keep Koga with me, tied up, so he has key.
Okay,
and like if he gets hurt, no big douchey. Yeah,
whatever you have to do, I guess.
Poor kid.
Yeah.
He
shouldn't have been evil.
Is he what would be the correct word? Sober at this point?
He has a horrible headache after that first day.
I forgot he was totally.
He was bushwhacked.
Yeah, he was blitzed. That's right.
And so, of course, he's like, "Where am I? Where are we going? Hello?"
Koga, when do you ever stop talking?
I think we gagged him when we tied him up.
Okay, then you probably just hear him mumbling through the gag.
Okay.
Dumb Koga.
I'm not gonna ungag him. I don't want to talk to him.
I don't want to talk to this creep.
Okay. So is there anything else?
You're fine back there. Don't worry about it. God. Loudest merchandise I've ever had. Not that I'm going to sell you or anything.
About to say we're considering him as merchandise.
When we go through checkpoints, yeah. Not.
Wait.
I mean, they don't.
I get Panama.
I'm just gonna put him in a. I'm just gonna hide his face in a bag and tell him to be quiet so they don't run off with him.
Tie down the wares has a new meaning in this context.
Well, then when
Now, is
We're
anybody
not
else?
actually gonna sell him? That is rude and not right.
Is anybody else going to be sitting back there wherever he is?
I mean, I'd probably be sitting back there simply so that I can be watching the path behind us in case.
I was gonna say most people are inside the wagon, aren't they?
Yeah, I would want to be watching for Ichi.
Ichi.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if I have anything worth interest in my powers, and I don't.
I will be in the back maintaining my traps and trying to prepare to make new ones to replace the ones that I lost.
Okay. You hear, all of you, from the area of Koga, the sound of snakes. Like the sound of scales bristling.
No.
Like
Ugh,
rubbing
that's not
against each
good.
other.
Gross.
Are his hands snakeifying?
His
He's an
his
animal.
shoulders and arms essentially become snake-like,
Oh my god, he is an animorph. You weren't wrong.
and he shrugs out of the bindings that are on him. Fun little
Oh,
serpent
no.
power. And he
Well-
ungags himself. He's like, "Jeez, what the heck?"
Okay,
Did
go back
anyone know
to
he could do
human
that?
now.
I think.
He
You had it coming.
a few seconds later, his arms, like from being this almost like there's no joint kind of U shape, you see them form back into bones. The elbows become prominent again, and he has his arms again.
That just sounds,
I look
that
him
sounds gross.
I look him directly in the eye and just say, "You disgust me."
Yeah, whatever, traitor.
All right.
Whoa.
So, okay. Listen up, Noodle Arms. Here's the deal. We found you and we rescued your sorry butt while you were drugged up.
Yeah, you
So-
were in there doing the drugs.
So, why don't you tell us why you were out here in the middle of freaking nowhere?
Well, none of this makes sense.
You're telling me.
Onimaru told me that, and he pauses for a long moment. Onimaru told me to wait here, that he had a greater purpose for me. We had escaped from the War of the Serpents, and yeah,
You escaped the War of the Serpents?
Master Onimaru summoned a celestial snake using the old ways of the clan, and he had it burrow a way out of the province, and our entire group left. There's nobody there now. None of Onimaru's fangs reside in that province now.
But that doesn't end the War of the Serpents.
Well, it means the only people left there are now the serpent clans who follow the old snake, and the Empire who's coming in to wipe them out.
So,
You left. He's the traitor, and you left half of your clan to die.
I'm not going to explain this to you. You wouldn't understand.
That's fine. I kind of don't want to understand. But what you need to understand is that you were drugged and left there to die with the rest of them.
He's not wrong. Onimaru abandoned you there. You were going to die. The Empire was coming for you.
You still technically could. We're being pursued.
I'm not exactly fond of you, so I'm not going to protect you if they go after you. Seeing as the last time I saw you, you threatened to kill me.
None of this makes sense, though.
Yeah. Says the guy who was left high and
Not so mighty.
you were left for cannibal bait.
I don't understand why.
Because you're a kid.
Who is
And you're expendable
well
because you're an
I don't
idiot.
care about you.
all right. Who is the last person you remember seeing?
Master Onimaru was with me. He said he needed me to wait there in the village, and that he was taking the rest of the clan further north. And that he was going. He needed me to watch for enemy movements or something. I don't really remember a lot of it because.
Did he give you anything before he left?
Yeah, we were.
Drugs.
Shush.
Sorry.
He gave me some food and some drink, and we were sharing it. I thought.
Okay.
Did you think he was there when we got there? Did you realize you were alone?
He had been gone like a day or so.
GM, what's north of here? What would be north of where they were?
Just 1 second. I know this is getting blinding when I go to this screen because yeah, I'll lean back a little bit. And I'll minimize that so there's less white.
Thank you. Your face just shines like the palest star.
It's a gift.
With every light that shines upon it, my glorious alabaster husband.
It would be romantic if it wasn't screwing with the stream.
Exactly. Yeah. I like your face when it's got other hues to it.
North directly of where you were is an area known as the Flame River Province. There are very few buildings there. It is mainly mountainous terrain. Not a lot of known paths that go through it. It would be a perfect place to hide.
Especially if you have a giant snake tunneling a path for you there. Okay. That seems like good enough information to take back to the teachers.
Well, we're going to need to, because if everything that he says is true, the Empire's following us now, right? So they're not going after the old snakes?
That is correct.
Okay. Yeah, we need to
Well,
go
no,
find.
sorry. The old snake is the province that they are part of is surrounded on both sides. That is the Triumph province.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Imperial forces that had gone south to Sesamon and marched east. So they are surrounded on the south. And at the northern end, Bridge to Battle, that's where the rest of the forces are. And that's where the general is, who is the son of the Emperor.
That's right, in the Bridge to Battle province. Well, but we don't have any word of whether or not the recoiling serpents and the old snake have been besieged yet. I mean, they're besieged, I guess, but they're not being invaded currently. We don't know that.
You don't know that, and so far, word has not been able to get in or out of that province.
Then I think we need to beat feet to Tenokiba, because Ayame is going to want to know. Because that's her dad, right? I'm remembering that correctly? Okay.
Yes.
If they don't know, she's going to want to.
Okay. Well, we have to get through tonight.
Okay. That said, is there anything anyone's going to do over those next few hours, traveling with exhausted animals at this point, heading for that river?
So if we are able to get into the forest, once we hit the the tree line, how long would it be until we're at the river?
You're not certain, but
Okay.
it would be within minutes.
Okay. So then we may as well take the wagon all the way to the river so the horses can drink at the very least. And then we should come back towards the
Wait,
tree
are they
line
horses or are
for
they
the ambush.
mules?
They were
I thought we
mules.
had mules.
Yeah, you had 2
Oh,
mules.
that's right.
Yeah, we had Paula Abmule and
Oh
what
yes.
was the other
How
one?
could I have forgotten about Paula?
Paula Abmule.
I asked the
and,
important questions.
That's right. Where in the world are my mule names? 'Cause we bought another one. Oh, Ferris Mueller.
Ah, Paula and Ferris.
That's right.
So yeah, I think in order to be as prepped as possible, Paula and Ferris should be near the river so that they can drink for a little bit, and then we need to hitch them back up to the wagon so that they're ready for us to skedaddle if we need to.
Yeah.
And then we should come back towards the tree line for the ambush.
I'm good with that.
All right. It does take a couple of hours, and as you begin to crest this one, think of it as a river basin area. You're going back up the other side of it. You can see the troops moving down into that river basin. They are only less than an hour behind you at this point. They have obviously gained ground.
But where is Ichi? Ichi is not with the troops en masse, right? Because he is
Yes.
leading ahead.
He is. The troops are not far behind him, but you
Okay.
see guards. You think you see guards still behind a singular figure. And while you don't see a horse riding figure anymore, you do see another individual who is possibly riding a donkey or a mule or something. He's found something to ride.
Oh, did we do something to his horse?
Yes.
Okay.
Somebody blew up his horse.
Oh,
That's
right.
He.
Oops.
Did I do the
Yes.
Well, speaking of blowing up the horses, you want to set out a couple more of those before they get here?
I don't think I've really had much time or the opportunity
Please?
to have made any more of those. I got like 2 traps left, and they're on my person.
Well, you wanna set them up before stuff gets real,
Um,
And I was
or is
gonna
it better on your
say-
person?
I was going to
The-
say, you had 24 hours while you're on the road in the wagon. If you're not the one driving, you would have time to make something in the back if you have the supplies.
we never really addressed if I was able to get a surplus that's still in the cart. So that's going to be a GM call. If
I would say yes, absolutely. I mean, because this is one of the things your character does.
He wants
Sure.
you to blow it up.
in that case, I will make something. Let's see
Yeah,
what's
I
on my list.
I think myself and Chet were the primary drivers.
Mm-hmm. Then
At
let
least that's
me.
what I assumed. So
And
It's a fair
so,
assumption.
Chet seems like the sort that would want to like see where we're going.
Wait a second, I'm the oldest. I should be driving.
Well, I mean, if you want to.
Whoa! You don't have your license yet.
Don't mom on us, Ranto.
So just letting you guys know that I do have 2 traps that are on my person, just as a bug out button, and any other traps I can make given enough time and materials. Now we had 24 hours on the road doing this. So John, how many traps do you think are you willing to let me roll for?
I think that before I was saying, well, what's your skill level that would be applicable for making
I
traps?
think last time he just took the number of successes you got.
Yeah.
So let's see here. I would every trap that I make requires crafts and knowledge check, which would be a total of 8 dice.
All right.
There.
Where's your crafts at?
It's sitting at 3, but I have a specialty in traps, so that would be bringing it up to a 4.
Okay. I'm going to say 4. I say
All
in
right.
a single day, you could possibly make 4 traps.
All right, then. And let's see here. I think 4 should be enough. Now, I can choose to do it at a higher difficulty to make more traps because each trap would be requiring less time. But I think 4 what was
I'm
that?
sorry to interrupt really quickly. I forgot.
Mhm.
We have 5 subscribers this week because we've
Nice.
had kind of an off couple months, getting through holidays and move and everything else. I forgot. You should all get 1 extra, I believe it's 1 extra karma and 1 extra reroll. So I'll make
Nice.
sure before anybody rolls dice that we do have those set down. And don't forget, we have 5 members to the table. That means that we have 5 karma to start with.
You
Nice.
have the poker chips, but I will grab them. I will grab them when I come over there.
No problem.
All right, so I don't suspect that we need more than 4 traps at the moment, so I will just go ahead and not make it any more difficult for me. So I need to hit a 3 in order to successfully make traps. So let's see here. That is 1, 2. I actually failed that first one. Boo, that's okay. I got 3 more that I can try for. And I just need to hit a 3 with 8 dice. And so, well then, my dice are really hating me because I got a whole bunch of 6s in that and only 1 success.
Would anybody in the chat like to grant our friend here a reroll?
Yes, chat points can be used in exchange for things.
There's a chat. There's a channel point Cthulhu reward called, or a tier level called crumbs. What's it called? That's not what it's called.
That was cocked.
That was cocked, and so it can grant a reroll to any player. I could do it, but I always feel like that's a little cheatery if a player does it for themselves, or a friend.
I like
So
the
you're
name
saying that-
crumbs for something like that.
So you're saying that each of us has 2 rerolls each?
You have 1 reroll, and because of 5, we have 5 subscribers, so I do it by groups of 5. So you all have 1 reroll, and you all have 1 extra personal karma, is the way I think of it.
Got it. All right then.
And I went ahead and gave you a reroll. Oh, and so did Greg. So,
Hey, Greg! Thank you for being in chat
so
tonight.
yes, thank you, Greg. So, Guy, you have 2 more rerolls on your sheet.
All right, so that is 1 trap successfully made. I got 2 traps left that I'm attempting for. That is another trap made, and that was actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes on that. So I should get a boost on that one, I believe.
You do get a boost, which for boosts, let's see if I.
It comes with
See.
gunpowder.
Well, you could go for a heightened effect.
Let's do the heightened effect for that one.
Yeah.
Gunpowder.
Let's be fun and say that 1 trap does an additional effect on top of the base effect that you're giving it.
Nice.
Holy moly!
There we go.
Ooh.
Thank you so much, Greg, for gifting 10 tier 1 subs.
Okay,
Aw.
well,
Much.
yeah. So everybody, feel free to go toss it out in chat wherever you want. Hey, go hop in on our channel and get a free subscription.
There we go.
So thank you so much, Greg.
It's been given out. All of them are.
Oh, all of them already went. Okay, cool.
All of them already went. So thank you so much.
All right.
All right,
So
and on the last trap, I got also 6 successes on that one, so that also is going to be boosted.
nice.
I'm gonna do a little thing here.
Oh,
Mhm.
please.
We'll gift another 10 because can't let a viewer just hog all the glory for gifting subs to people.
Okay. Well, technically, that also means that we have 25 subs going out.
Yep. So that means
Everybody gets 5
personal
rerolls.
karma and 5 rerolls.
5 personal karma and 5 rerolls. Wow.
Each one of us gets 5 rerolls.
Each.
Yes.
Pull.
Oh.
That's the way I run.
And
Nice.
was that including the one from Tentacle Greg beforehand, or was that one specifically for
Ah.
Toan?
And he just dropped another 10 in the chat.
I don't have enough dice for this, Greg.
Thank you so much, Greg. Thank you so much. Can't be outdone. Nope, you can't. You got it. So that takes us to what, John? 10?
That's another.
Or
That's
it's another.
another
It's another
2. So you're all looking
Or
at 7 total rerolls and 7 personal karma.
I'm using a D10 just to keep track of how many I have.
Do it. You know, I'm gonna let you take that crown, Greg. You got it. You got it.
Means the world.
right.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
Yep. All right. So that said, is that 2 or 3 traps that you got done?
I got 3 traps, 2 of which are heightened.
There you go.
Right? And so we're going to have one attack trap that is going to be a whole bunch of protruding bamboo spears. And you get to decide how much damage it does. It does between 1 to 5 damage.
Okay.
We have, and then the heightened ones are going to be an explosion trap and a key trap.
All right. I'm going to make sure that it's understood really quick. The way that karma can work at the table, and to also facilitate if we do have a battle scene, you can spend a karma and tell me as the GM, oh, a group of soldiers just walked across one of my traps.
Mhm.
I just want to make sure that you understand that everybody here understands karma can rewrite scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, before we go too far down that rabbit hole. So, that said, you have gotten your mules to the river. It is fairly wide. You could actually get a barge down this river. Which means that more than likely to get away from here, someone's going to have to make some travel rolls to try and figure out a place to either cross or figure out where maybe there is going to be a barge that you can use to get across. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right.
But you secure the mules and begin to set your ambush. Of course, being the bait yourselves, it's not like they aren't going to be coming to you no matter what. So, what are y'all going to do? Give me some ideas. And remember, the fun of Ninja Crusade is that you can add to the narrative. So, if there's something specific you want to do, give me some story elements. I'll give you some bonus dice. What are y'all looking for?
Can we make? Oh no, that won't work because it's not a scent. I was gonna ask for stink bombs, but it's not that he can smell our chakra; he can sense it.
I still like the
I
idea of
where
stink
you're
bombs,
going with
though.
the stink bombs, though.
I mean, it could make everybody else throw
Mhm.
up. I mean, it could still make him throw up. I guess. Eat this, stink bomb.
Well, you are a merchant of herbs and
Spices and all
spices.
kinds of stuff.
Put
So if
something
you would
really
like
bad
to-
together.
If you would like to make a keg stink bomb,
Oh yeah, I want it.
I will say let's go
We
for
also
it.
have 2 mules, and mules
Manure.
do poop.
They do. They
Mule
do.
mule manure.
Mule newer.
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir!
It sounds like I'm calling on Asgard.
Mew mew.
Mew mew.
Okay.
By the power of Thor.
So that said, let's go ahead and get a roll in. That would be crafts, and if you want to use your animal handling, I would say, or something along those lines. If you want to use that
Are you
manure,
talking to me?
I am.
Animal handling. I have no such thing.
Holistics.
I do have. I have a little holistics, and let's see. So that's 4 dice. I'm gonna go ahead and use a couple of personal karma. Personal karma. What did I have? 7. I'm gonna use all 7. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. God.
Could you imagine? That would be amazing. I'm gonna use. Can I use 2? There's no limit, right?
If with personal, no. With the way I run, no. For personal, you can do.
Okay. Your PDF is giving you a 5 head again. 1, 2, 3. I got 3.
I just need to lean back. I actually don't have a PDF up right now.
Oh, it's just a light.
Yeah.
3 successes. Should I re-roll that?
No, that is enough to go ahead and make a stink bomb, and I'll figure out in game how we're gonna make that work.
Yeah. Let's just I mean, I might even tell Takumi like where I'm gonna like rig it
Mhm.
and like might need some help like attaching it kind of up on a branch over the pathway where we think that they might be coming from, and then I'll
Mhm.
just be like, shoot this bee when when the time is right.
I can do that.
Well, either that, or because ultimately, what you're going to be doing, taking out a garrison of troops, you're looking to build up a lot of successes. And unless you have a different way for that you would want your character Kyou to attack, I would probably recommend having you do something with that.
Okay, well I
And
can
based-
stand by it and drop it on them.
Well, and also based on your description, because that's a big thing in this game. You have travel, correct?
I do, yeah.
So travel would be anticipating where they're going to be coming from.
Okay.
And travel with intuition, I think, would work great as the test for that stink bomb to go off if you want to swing it down on them or whatever.
Okay, do I need to make that now or when the time comes?
When the time comes, but I'm just tossing that out there.
Okay, well I'm gonna set my 6 dice aside for that then.
All right. Okay, so the first thing you begin to hear, I mean, it's a battalion. It's not a great deal of men. It's not like hundreds, but it's still enough to where when they march together, you can hear it. Not so much feel it, but you can hear it. And they begin to close in on your location. And it is beginning to get dark outside. There is a moon out tonight, and I'm going to say, based on phases of the moon,
Moon out tonight.
it is waning, so it's not a lot of light.
Let's go strolling.
But
You're
the
the worst person
battlefield
to
is
bring to
gonna
an
be-
ambush.
I am the worst.
But so you have a waning moon. It's enough light.
Give it some water.
So you begin to see the first figure out in front of everyone. That that Ichi, and you see his four shadows of men being drawn behind him. Whoop. There we go.
We're good.
But you see the 4 men being pulled behind him. He is still pulling on those chains with an unhuman strength.
All right. I want to try to get their attention to have them come towards me and probably fall into one of Guy's traps.
And I'm up in a tree just to make this known before anything goes sideways.
All right. So with that said, I'm going to ask right off the bat, let's go ahead and get an idea. I'm going to grab some pencils for me. But when I get back, let's ask where your characters are going to be in relationship to the battlefield. Okay?
Do we want to take a quick break now before battle?
It would make sense. Let's just take a 5-10 minute break. Get your papers, pens together,
Yeah,
whatever
get your
y'all need.
thoughts
Okay.
together, get everything you need, and we'll be back in about 10 to 12. Okay.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all really quickly. And we are back. Thank you so much for staying with us or tuning in at this point. We are playing, of course, tonight Ninja Crusade, and our group are about to go into a combat scene. They are all waiting in ambush for Imperial troops along a river that runs south of the capital. So, with that said, the troops were coming in, and I needed to know where all my players were located. And feel free to get, with your description, feel free to give me as much as you want. So, who wants to go first? You want to go first, Justine?
Yeah, sure. I was kind of thinking similar to Takumi. I'm kind of staying in the brush, but I'd like to stay up above. And keeping Camu the dog down below in the bushes so I can strike from above and he could come in low.
Nice.
And Takumi said that he was up in the tree.
Yes, I'd like to be up in a tree high enough so that I have a good enough vantage point and a good enough sight line to take out multiple targets for where I am without moving. And I'm also apparently doing a thing with Guy, which would probably have to have been set up prior to me getting up there.
I imagine that since it doesn't really matter when we do it, just that when the trap triggers, then you can make the roll for your part in that trap once it actually triggers. So
Okay, so I would just roll for my jutsu as if I was where the trap is.
yeah, and just we would have done that as part of the crafting process, but for the sake of getting this started, I just think that it would be best just to do it as if you're casting it from the origin of the trap.
Okay, that work
Yeah.
for you, GM?
Sounds good to me.
Cool. Okay.
All right. So that said, though, where Toan is your character going to be?
I was thinking that Guy should hand over the 3 traps that he made to the rest of the group to place them where they think is most strategic for them, because they know where they themselves are going to be in relation to those traps, and that Guy can be manning the cart, the wagon, and the horses in case we need to do a quick getaway. Have them
All right.
ready and waiting to go.
Okay. Are all of
Deals.
these how are all of these traps triggered?
Basically, you need to hide them, and if they get within, if they don't pass the perception check to notice them, then it automatically triggers, and they suffer the effects of it.
Okay. All right. So
And whoever hides the traps is going to need to make a stealth and knowledge check in order to hide them. So whoever is good at that should be placing these traps.
I've nothing in knowledge, but I've got 4 in stealth.
I'm the worst person to do it. I have 2 in stealth and 0 knowledge.
I mean, I have knowledge.
Could
I have knowledge and intuition.
it would be knowledge and stealth.
I only have 2 stealth.
You're probably still doing better than most.
Okay, then let me see what I can do. Let me get some dice. Where'd my dice tray go? There it is.
I also have a ton of rerolls, so
We do
Yeah.
have a ton of
Yes.
rerolls, so if I screw up, we can fix it.
So out of the traps that you're placing, there's one that has my jutsu in it, which is a Shuriken Explosion, which has a radius, right? Spreading area, which is yang times a 10-foot area. And my yang is 3, I believe,
So
if I've done this correctly. So that's a 30-foot area.
Okay. And then what's the other trap?
The other trap is an explosion trap, which will do 5 damage to the victim and will knock them down and give them a burn 1 condition.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like 4 traps, right? Or is there only 3?
There were 3 traps. We never really discussed. For the key trap and the explosion trap, those are the ones that got the boost, and so we wanted to make them heightened. Is that something that you want to pick for the effect, John?
I was
Or do
just
you?
going to say that you're adding an additional effect. So it could be the trap that does one thing as well as does explosion on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it could do like two separate things, or you could say that it does a larger singular effect by doubling the singular effect.
Let's say that the explosion trap will also immobilize them as well,
Okay.
if that's okay with you. And
Alright.
maybe for the key trap, um,
Double the area.
well, I was actually thinking, can we have, if it's okay with you, John, can we have it so that it's emitting an aura like one of ours, since Ichi seems to be tracking us through our key?
I am perfectly happy with that.
Leave my aura in it because I'm the same person who shot that arrow that threw him off his trail originally.
There
Okay.
we go. So now he's extra enticed to get into this this key trap.
Okay. So I need to do this 3 times?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to use one of my do you have the we still have full table karma, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to use 1 table karma for placing. Well, I'll use some of my personal stuff too, but I want as many dice as I can use to reroll if needed. And that one's not bad. That's 3.
Mm-hmm.
So is that okay?
Well, that's what they're going to have to pass for a perception test.
Oh, do you guys want me to reroll it?
That's
3 is a moderate, a tough difficulty.
Yeah.
That's
And
fine.
so
Okay. For the next one, I will use one of my personal.
Mhm.
So this is the exploding 5 damage with burn and immobilization. Right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That's only a 2. I think I'm going to go ahead and burn one of my rerolls for that. Do I have to keep the second reroll or can I use the first one if that's...
I will let you use up your rerolls. Trust me.
That's still a 2, so I'm going to use another one.
Greg gave another reroll.
Oh, sweet. Man,
Top you off.
Nice. I will take it.
He really wants us to succeed.
We will never run out.
Well, I'm using another one. So, I can't get above 2 on this one. I mean, it should... Okay. Nope, that's still a 2. So I think that one's just destined to be a 2.
There you go.
All right.
So the shuriken one is 3. The explosion one with the 2, with the 5 damage and 2 other things is a 2. And so this, I'm going to use another one of my rerolls for this one. That is 5.
Nice.
So that's
Okay.
the shot. That's the aura one. Would we like? I don't know if we can, John. Can we reassign those difficulties, or do you think that even needs to happen?
Honestly, I wasn't going to allow for reassignment.
Okay, that's fine. That was the order I rolled them in on my paper, so that'll be the order that they're in. So that one, the aura one, is super difficult to find.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down for this.
And so, Kyou and Chet, though, I still need to know where y'all are hiding.
I was hiding by my stink bomb because I'm the one who has to set it off.
All right.
Right.
But are you up on the up in a tree so you can swing it down on them?
I am. Yeah, I'm probably up in a tree with it because I don't want to be on the ground when it goes off.
All right. And Chet, what were you going to do?
I'm out in the open as bait, making noise, trying to get them to come to me, standing in the path of one of the traps.
Okay. And Koga is going to walk out there and stand next to you.
Oh, this will be good.
Okay. And a reminder for last session, he had a dagger and I took it from him.
Mm-hmm.
Roxy, you're frozen on stream.
Again? Okay.
Yeah, I don't even have you on my end.
Yeah, you're frozen on main.
Oh no. Just a second, y'all.
But while Roxy is frozen, since I'm in the trees, can I make just a beefy strongman move to break off a really hardy tree limb to use as a weapon for my ambush? Did that make sense? I was thinking big area attack. Okay. Do you need
Yeah.
me to roll for that or?
No, I'm gonna say that we'll wait for it in game and we'll see what you can do with it, okay?
Okay.
All right. So that said, the troops are coming into range and you will be able to get off. Everybody will be able to get off one action before they realize what's going on. Because the group that are pulling or that are holding on to Ichi, basically they're not paying attention. He's just pulling them along towards that trap. And so everybody will have an opportunity to do something before we'll go into initiative.
Sweet.
So let's go ahead and go in initiative order. Does everybody remember how to do that?
It's a
Your
set
initiative,
right?
Yeah, initiative is intuition plus speed plus 3.
I'm at 6.
So,
7.
Intuition plus speed.
8.
9. Yeah, 9.
And Guy, since you are at the wagon for the moment, I'm not going to worry about it.
Okay.
But at any point during a round, you want to spend karma or do something, let me know.
Sure,
Is
we'll
that
do.
fair?
Mhm.
All right, let me write down a couple of things here because they are going to be.
Oh, real quick for the rest of the group while John sets this up, how far away are you guys setting the ambush from the cart?
The tree, the woods that we are in isn't relatively big between where the tree line was and where the edge of the river was, as far as I was.
It's still about a minute walk.
Okay.
Got it. All right. So I would be able to hear anything if things go really bad.
Oh yeah.
All
You'll
right.
definitely be able to hear the explosion that's about to happen.
Oh, I'm sure.
Really? Wow. Sorry, I'm looking through my book and that.
Do not like that. Do not like that.
Well,
I've rolled a 7 on my perception check. Nothing is going to happen with those traps.
That's right.
well, no. The trap is going to go off. So the first, are y'all going to wait for the trap to go off before y'all spring into action?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I was going to, yeah.
All right. So that is the trap. That was the 5. They failed their perception test, all of them. And so what exactly will that one trap do?
Which one got set up? The
That was
explosion
the key
one?
trap. The key
Oh,
trap.
the key trap. Well, then that is going to be yeah.
That would be exploding Shuriken Explosion.
All right. And what is that doing technically?
With an actual shuriken spray into the surrounding area being 30 feet. Anyone within the area must defend or take 2.
All right. See how this goes. All right. So Ichi is going to go down. Or he's going to take the damage, I should say, on that.
All right.
What? That killed him?
And so
Whoa.
will the guards. So in the case of the guards, when this goes off, their body, when the dust clears, their bodies are on the ground now. But Ichi is still standing there looking around. What was the secondary effect? It was a heightened effect, wasn't
The
it?
secondary effect was that it had an aura that drew him to it.
Okay. All right. So the aura is now gone, but so now are Ichi's handlers. And he begins to struggle out of the coat and the chains that have been holding him.
Could I shoot him?
So top of initiative, Takumi, you'll get one action.
Okay.
Remember, I said everybody's going to get an action before we go into actual initiative. So yes, you could shoot him.
Okay. I'll attempt to be slightly fancy here. I'm going to try to get as good of a sight line on one of his knees as possible, and I'm going to try to put an arrow just straight through his kneecap if I can.
Okay.
Are you using your talking bow?
You gonna put an arrow in his knee?
Yeah, he was a cannibal, and then he took an arrow to the knee. He'll still probably be a cannibal afterwards. Yes, I'm exclusively using talking bow. What's its actual name? The ironwood bow.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to be using marksman and where to go? Where is it? Perception. And if I can't quite get a good enough look, I'll do the thing where you hang upside down with your legs wrapped around the branch and shoot at it upside down.
Okay.
The Batman move.
Yeah.
All right. If you want to go ahead and do that, add a +1 for the description, and go ahead and get that shot in.
Oh, I'm re-rolling this because I only rolled one success. The amount of 3s that I rolled is incredible.
Okay.
Yeah, my dice needed to get warmed up too before they start firing up.
I'm afraid to roll 9.
Okay, so that is 5 successes.
Ooh, nice.
A re-roll.
Okay. As your arrow spins out at him, he does look up your direction, and you notice that at the last second, as the arrow strikes him, it changes direction.
What?
And kind of skims along his side. He used ki to half the damage.
Rude.
That's cheating. I think.
We could technically do it too, but yes, it's
Yes.
cheating.
I mean, we just put a Shuriken explosion inside of a trap, so you know who
Yeah,
started
but-
cheating first.
But I don't like it when he does it.
All right.
Hey, no fair.
Next in order, based on initiative, to get one action in will be Chet.
All right. I want to use one of my abilities. It is
Okay, what are you
called-
going to do?
It's called Iron Head.
Iron Head.
Seems fitting.
Okay.
Yeah, balance plus fighting. Let's see. Launches their head to the target, crashing them and forcing them backwards. Roll activation as their attack check, dealing 1+ damage, and creating knockback effect that is 10 feet per damage dealt with a boost and inflicts +2 pain or a pain 2 condition. And I'm essentially going to try to force him into the explosion immobilized trap with that.
Sounds cool. Let's go for it.
All right. So, and I read it to you as it is. So it doesn't look on here like these have like a
cost.
negative, like
no.
Key.
Yeah, that's the benefit of what you are, is that you
Okay.
don't get the kickback like a ninja does.
Nice. So I'm just perfect. I got it. All right. So that's going to be my balance plus my fighting.
Mm-hmm.
That is, I might not have enough. 10 might not be enough dice. All right.
I love hearing
What am I
that.
going to do with all of these dice?
Only 10.
It's not. Hold on. I got a bag.
Oh, you mean you don't have enough dice?
I didn't physically have enough dice in my hand.
But nobody truly ever has enough dice, to be fair.
That's true. That is the sales pitch every game store worker uses every time.
I mean, it's why we still
And
have a
lives
job.
by.
That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes.
The math rocks make the click clack sound.
Should I re-roll that, guys?
7? No.
How many successes?
I
7?
don't know.
7 out of how many
Really?
dice, though?
He said 8.
7 out of 8?
Only 7?
Oh,
11.
no.
Cut
Well,
it close.
Okay.
You did say you were perfect, though.
I am perfect.
So what would a perfect person do?
They would win this fight right now.
All
Okay,
right.
well then, there you go.
As you strike him,
Essentially, E Honda launch myself at him
Yes.
perfectly horizontally.
he misunderstands what you are. And he actually attempts to. Everyone else, what you sense is ki being dispersed in the area, and he just kind of looks at you in shock as you're still able to get your move off. Like there's something that he's like, it's clicking in his head. You're not a ninja. And he is thrown back into the explosive trap.
All right, do I hit him hard enough in the sternum that it stops his heart?
What?
No, but he does fly backwards into the other trap. He will be expending the last of his ki to half both damages, but that first one was what, 8 points damage.
And does
So
that
that's
boost
4
it?
points.
Is that a boost?
Yes, you would have gotten a couple boosts in that. Let's see.
And he gets the pain 2 condition.
All right. And do you want to go with essentially would be, I think, 2 boosts, and you would be able to get bonus damage on both if you want to add 2 more points damage, but that he would negate it down to 1. Or do you want to use something else?
So
you could do.
I get a flourish with one of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to. Essentially, the way it looks is I like crouch down real low. My legs just like look super tense, and I just spring forward super hard, crush him in the chest with my just head.
Okay.
So hard that he gets knocked back 80 feet, because that's how it's
80
written.
feet.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
He gets knocked back 10 feet per damage dealt. Oh, actually, it's +1, so 90 feet.
I think he
And
might
he
be
took
out of my
9
league.
damage from the attack.
Yep.
Does he blow through a tree or two in the process?
Does
Well,
he
the thing is, he disperses the damage with another point of ki to knock half of that off. He is still horribly wounded after that, and you're also going to say, I must say, spend 2 karma for him to land in that trap.
All right, I'll do it.
Do
I'll
it.
spend 2 of my 1 million karma.
Kind of wanted to see him take on like a bowling ball effect and just knock over a bunch of guys behind him.
But he
All the
lands
guys
in that
behind him
trap, and
exploded.
yeah, they're all the 4 guys that were with him are dead. Now we're down to the battalion. But the thing is, so he lands on that trap. It's 5 points of damage, I believe, correct?
The explosion trap was 5 points of damage, and he is knocked down and burn 1 condition. And we also said that because I rolled exceptional on it, he also gets immobilized.
Well, with an additional 5 points of damage, and being even with him having the damage through his ki, since you have range of him, you have done 12 points of damage as a team.
he lands on that explosion, and in the darkness, barely illuminated, you see the shadow of two forms flying away from the explosion. Probably his torso cut in half, parts being his
Oh my
arms,
god.
the other parts being his legs going the other direction.
Oh no.
Oh
Is
my
he
god.
okay?
No. No.
You think he's okay, guys?
You hear from somewhere in the trees. Sorry.
Oh, whoops.
Hey guys, most sincerely, our bad.
Does at least one half of him land in front of the battalion?
Sure.
Okay,
That would make sense.
Great
with
intimidation tactic.
with that information, can I make the boost flourish be that after that happens, I'm essentially backlit by the explosion facing the battalion. I look like a demon.
Wait, is the explosion behind you or in front of you?
You know, however the scene needs to work for this to look
Yeah.
cool.
It's 90 feet away from him, for all we know.
It was a big explosion. 5 points of damage is pretty big. So that'll kill a peasant.
I don't think we killed a peasant, though. I hope we
No.
didn't kill a peasant.
Nope. So, as you're all standing there, the battalion is also illuminated by the explosion. And in their hands, you see a mixture of weapons at the ready. You see bows, swords, long things that look like cylindrical iron supported by wood. So, essentially, muskets.
Ugh.
Ew.
Everybody, so that was Koga, and now we are on to Ranto. What are you going to do with all this information?
That was
This-
Chet. Koga's
Sorry.
done nothing.
Chet.
What
Koga's
does
done
Koga
nothing.
contribute?
Yes,
Koga-
please have Koga take the credit for all of this.
Actually,
I want to see what that
technically-
scene is going to be.
Koga just stood there and watched me blow up a man.
Koga has a 7 initiative too, so Ranto, you two get to roll off to see who gets to act
Okay.
next. And he got a 6.
I got a 2.
All right, so he will be going first. And his eyes kind of widen at what just happened. And he's kind of looking around, and he's like, "Oh crap!" And just pulls out a bunch of shurikens to throw into the crowd.
Closest the crowd to the general area of where all of this is going down.
They are now probably within 25 feet.
Oh gosh, okay.
So, and they need to roll versus that for defense. And they actually, one of them gets hit with a shuriken. So, that said, you have a battalion in front of you. I have discussed this with my players, but for everybody at home, a battalion has a damage threshold of 30. And so it sounds like a lot, but if you see how much damage can happen in one round to one guy, now perfect situation, this isn't that hard. So they're ninjas. They're supposed to be heroic and capable of taking care of this. All right. That said, Ranto, now it's your turn.
All right, it's Balkan time. I'm gonna take my giant tree branch and
Please be your catchphrase forever.
and I'm going to I guess skirt across the tree branches until I get within range if I'm not already.
Mhm.
And then I'm just gonna leap off the branches, kind of have the big old branch in my hands, and I'm just gonna wail down. And whoever gets bonked gets bonked.
All right. Roll that attack.
I'm going with fighting and might. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay, so that's gonna be 4 and
Sounds like a honkin'
4.
bonkin'.
Honkin'
That's how I
bonkin'.
roll. Okay, that's 8, and then for funsies, I'm gonna use one of my karma to make that 9. Please be good. Okay, that is 1, 2, 4 successes.
Okay. All right. And the group disperses, and you do club 1, and he does fall down.
Yes.
But you are now in the midst of a group of people with bows, weapons, and whatnot.
That's fine.
Kamu, does Kamu bite something?
Oh my god, I forgot I had a dog. Yeah, my dog gets to go after me, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So now that I've made the bonk, I didn't plan that far ahead. My bad.
Right,
I will.
right, right when you're descending on that guy, all he says out loud is, "I wasn't even supposed to be here today."
I will send Camu out to go ahead and try to take out the legs of one of the guys who did not get bonked, so we could try to either knock him prone or cripple him.
Okay.
And I believe, let's see, it says suggested skill dice 3. So I'm assuming that is my roll. Oh my goodness, it's been so long since I had to read this part. He gets 1 success.
All right. Let's see how that works out. And I think y'all have now done as much as there. Okay, so defense 7, actions 5. Okay. So I have to go through and make sure they can take an action versus this, and they can. And he nips at one of their heels coming up behind them, and he kind of, guy that's kind of high steps, a few steps away, kind of dodging him.
Okay.
So that's Koga and that's Ranto. We need Kyou.
All right. Are they anywhere near my trappy trap?
Yes,
Can I drop my trappy trap on them?
absolutely.
Okay.
So if you remember what the dice pool was?
I do.
All right.
So I got 6 dice here for the trappy trap. I'm going to use one of my personal karma.
Throw it downwind.
Yeah, I'm going to avoid it as much as possible. That's a 3.
Okay.
Is that enough, or should I reroll, guys, and try to get a bigger one? Because he said I could use the 3 if I need to. Let's reroll it.
I like the
have no
reroll.
I'm going to use a reroll.
What you think is best.
I feel like I can get more than 3. Not that time, though. One more time.
Rolling. Rolling for a stink bomb.
Okay, I got up to 4.
All right. And the bomb swings out of the trees and lands right in the center of the troops.
Oh, and I want to skip away.
Okay.
Like where I am in the trees, I would like to just through the trees.
All right.
The opposite direction of the wind.
Okay. The bomb lands in the midst of them and explodes. It seems that there must be a little bit of a wind or something because it disperses a bit, but 3 guys, everybody's kind of rubbing their eyes from the curry and the mixture of what smells like some form of sulfur. And everybody's kind of coughing and rubbing their eyes, but 3 of them are vomiting on the ground and don't seem to be able to catch their breath. So in that, so far in that round, you all managed to get 5 points down on that.
Nice.
So that said, we are now officially in combat. The troops will be able to fight back but we're also in initiative. So with that said, Takumi, you get to start off. You have a 9.
Okay. Okay. I think what I want to do is I'll aim for where they're clumped up the most, where I could probably hit the most targets. And I will use the ability that comes with the Ironwood bow to take a damage so that my arrow will deal damage in a 10-foot radius.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your attack.
So if I do this, picking my shot.
Remember,
I
we do
will.
have.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll this. I'll re-roll again because I somehow did worse than I did last time.
Okay.
Takumi gets another reroll from Tentacle Greg.
Oh my gosh, Greg, you're like my favorite person.
Right?
All right, I'm gonna use Greg's reroll. This is for you, Greg.
Don't blow it.
Dang it, Greg. Okay. Actually, no. This is never mind. This is better. I saw 2 1s immediately. I was like, ah. All right. That is 5 successes.
All right.
And yeah, trying to hit as many as possible in a 10-foot area.
All right. 9 are going to go down as the splinters fly off as the arrow just kind of separates into multiple pieces, whirling out into the battlefield. Sorry, I got to write this down. All right. Now, here's the thing. You actually have dynamic actions. Everybody needs to go ahead and roll their dynamic actions so we know how many actions you get this round.
We roll 3 for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Just 1.
And it's just based off of what successes are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't have any then.
All right. So that will be your only action this round.
Okay.
All right. Now you can, of course, take the standard quick actions. Quick actions include moving away just a short distance or things of that nature. Or are you going to stay put?
Let's see, I've re-rolled another 3 times. Could I in theory use a re-roll for dynamic actions?
Yeah, you could use re-roll one of those. Re-roll one of those dice.
Re-roll one of them. Okay.
Yes. Otherwise, that would be really powerful.
All right. Still nothing.
Okay.
Okay. So I think all I will do then is, let's see, quick actions are.
It's on the sheet that I made for y'all.
Yeah. Faint, distract, move, fair touch.
Yeah, it's a fairly simple thing, but I always want to make sure that there wasn't anything extra you wanted to do.
Okay. Yeah. I think what I would probably do is, if I could, I'd run from the tree branch I'm currently on and jump to a tree that's slightly further back, just in case the mass continues to approach.
All right. So with that said, the next in order is going to be Chet.
All right. I rolled 2 successes on my dynamic actions.
All right. So that's going to be 1 standard action and then 2 dynamic actions. Dynamic actions can be used for attacks, defense, things of that nature. Hopefully, if you need an idea of how to use them during this, let me know.
Yeah. So I'm going to use my first action to use another one of my abilities called Iron Shirt.
Okay.
Sounds uncomfortable.
Strengthen my body, making it immune to all ranged weapons such as bow and kunai. I do not need to make a defense roll, as weapons simply bounce off my skin. And if the weapon is a firearm, I receive armor 2 instead of simply ignoring it.
Okay.
And it is balance plus might, so that is going to be 8 dice. So based on what I read, I'm not sure what rolling gets me, but I got 5 successes.
Okay. That's a good question. I'll look that up later, but for the most part, that should mean that.
Is that like how many times he can get hit while that
almost
effect is active?
Let's go ahead and say that. So you have 5 times with that effect.
Okay.
And then dynamic actions.
And then
you want to use the additional attacks, or what do you want to use for your dynamic actions?
I'm going to use an additional attack and then see how that goes, and then choose my next one from there. So I'm going to run into the battalion. I'm going to run into like a huge group of them.
Okay. Yeah, it's one point per action.
Okay. I'm going to run into them and pull out my really cool new knife. Start slashing at them.
All right, so
I'm thinking speed fighting.
Speed fighting sounds great.
His new knife.
Yeah, my really cool new knife.
Koga's just like
Fighting
barehanded. He kind of like looks at it for a second. He's like, "Hey,
I know that knife."
Okay, that is going to be a reroll for me.
All right.
That was less than perfect, and I can't be. All right, this is about perfect. So that is 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
Ooh. All right. See how they do defending against that.
Out perfect still isn't perfect, Chet.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4 off that. So that's, you said 7 points damage?
Yeah.
So that's going to put it down at 3 points. All right, next up.
I know we said this is a dagger, but can it be a butterfly knife so I can do cool tricks with it when I pull it out?
No.
Okay.
No, if you want to get your own butterfly knife, that's cool. Or I'll be nice. Remember, I will let you spend 3 karma. And yeah, of course it was a butterfly knife.
All right, I'll spend 3 karma.
There we
go. Wait.
He has. Remember, he has 7 personal karma.
I've only spent 5. I still have 2 personal karma left.
Okay.
So this is.
By the way, Chet, you got another one that was given to you.
Another karma?
Another reroll.
Another reroll.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We all got plenty of them.
Nice.
All right. So next up, you still actually have one more attack or one more action, or.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm just gonna go ham on this crowd since pretty much you said pretty much all of them had like bows and guns and stuff, right?
Yep.
All
Now,
right, so
I can also make a recommendation before that action, because basically you're expending your dynamic actions for either an extra action, which could succeed, do more damage, or you could also spend that 1 point to this do deeper cuts, enhanced attack, and gain 2 more damage that would automatically be done to them.
Now I'm gonna do another attack.
Your choice. All right, then let's go for it.
So, okay, after the explosion, is there like fire around?
Karma for the GM in chat.
Ooh. Yay.
Thank you. Yes, I will say that. Yes, there is fire.
Cool. I just want this to be lit cool when I do it.
Forest lit.
Because I want to be standing kind of like in the fire. So the way, yeah, just I need good lighting because I want to incorporate fighting and intimidation. So I want to be like standing in the firelight above the bodies of the people who I just knifed, looking at like the other people who I'm about to run into and start knifing. I want them to be like afraid and then stabbed.
Okay.
In that order.
In that order.
All right. So you're looking at intimidation with fighting, or
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I was wanting.
All right, let's do it.
I'm going to
Cool,
use my
'cause now I get to
clan
use
gift
10.
to get money from you, Chet, later. I now know the perfect way to do it.
Backlighting.
You know, it's strong. Okay, so that is 7 successes.
7 successes. All right.
As if
Sounds
it
perfect.
turns out if you just like if you use your skills to roll the most amount of dice that you can in any given opportunity, you succeed a lot.
That is
Huh.
true. That is true.
Is that how statistics work?
Yeah.
Some of
Funny.
your adversaries see this flourish and run into the darkness away from you. Others you stab. So, all right. But with that said, we are on to Koga, who will attack. It looks like there are things protruding from his hands as he rushes forward.
Not cool
Okay.
knives, I bet.
Nope. They
Yeah,
look
but
more like fangs.
he totally noticed that you had his butterfly dagger.
Yeah.
He was peed.
And he was so high earlier,
I-
he didn't even realize that he
Yep.
actually had a butterfly knife.
You watch him
I
run
100%
into,
held it in a way that he'd see it.
he runs into the group and reaches out and stabs 2 in the head with fangs that are protruding from his palms,
Ow.
and then pulls them back. The 2 men tumble to the ground dead.
Brody.
Ranto, you are next.
All right. So since I'm in a group of people, I'm gonna pick up or still with the tree branch. I'm gonna kind of like tornado myself around
Yes.
and just keep sweeping until I fall over and puke or something. So let's see. I would like
My
to
favorite
go fall over and puke.
move. After spinning around in a circle.
And I have 3 dynamic actions. Can I use enhanced attack to give me a +2 on this?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see. That would be 4
Now,
for the
the enhance attack, if I'm correct. Oh yeah, it's to the attack. Okay, yes.
Mhm.
There we go.
let's
not-
see. 4 for fighting, 4 for might, and 2 for enhanced attack. Yay. Okay. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see. Move these out of the way. 7s aren't successes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 successes.
Okay.
And I just want to tornado the suckers.
All right. Nice. The troops' morale is obviously breaking. But in the midst of them, you hear someone begin to calling out, "Pull yourselves together! Suppressive fire on those areas there!" And all of a sudden, arrows and guns blaze in the darkness out towards all of you. And so here we go. So I'm on Ranto.
Mhm.
You need to roll defense versus 1.
Okay. Let's see. So if I'm rolling defense, You might have to walk me through
Yeah.
that one. Where did
Okay,
that go?
so
Equal to your athletic skill.
There we go. Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, so that'll be another 4. And can I use my other dynamic action to do, where did it go? Enhanced defense to grab me an extra 2 for that.
yes, excellent. Thank you. That's an excellent use of that.
Yes. Okay, that's gonna be 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
5 successes. All right.
Mhm.
So you
And
are
then,
you take no damage.
okay, and now
Uh,
is it possible to cut in with that and do my last dynamic action for the round, which is retreating attack? Oh, sorry, that is affecting people who are retreating. Never mind then.
okay. Kyou, you need to roll a defense versus 5. Add to your dice pool 2 for still being in the trees. Does that make sense?
Wait, were you talking
Yes.
to me?
No, it's
Oh.
Kyou.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Everybody's going to be getting attacked. If you need to look up numerous defense methods, they're on page 144.
I'm getting attacked?
Yes, arrows and bullets are streaking out to you.
Even though I'm in the trees?
Yes. Yes, this is the way the battalion fighting a battalion works.
Oh, okay.
This is the
So,
way.
defense is active.
Mhm.
I roll to defend hits. I get a number of rolls against attacks equal to my athletics, which I'm pretty sure is a big whopping 0.
Which means that you still get at least 1.
Okay.
And so
Alrighty. Well, I'm just gonna let's see, what can I do?
you can use athletics or any other various.
Oh, well, I need to defend before I do an action.
Yes, this
Okay,
is
sorry.
this is their action. They are taking their turn. The troops are firing.
And so I just use my athletics.
Athletics plus any other stat that you can explain. Travel would be a good one. If you want to
Okay.
say you traveled to a good point that you've hidden.
Let's do yeah, let's do travel. I've got some points. And that is 3.
All right. And did you add 2 extra dice for being in the trees?
I did not. That's 1 additional, so 4.
All right. So you take no damage from that barrage. Papin, you are going to be up against half of this, but you get armor. You're only going to take 1 point of damage. The armor is just going to negate it all anyway. So, Chet, you see, is illuminated by gunfire, and in that mixture of the gunfire, you just see arrows pinging off of his skin, and the bullets whizzing past him. It looks kind of cool.
And then, like Return of Superman, one of them just really slow motion hits my eye and crumples and goes to the side.
There.
You're not even human anymore.
Yeah. Koga dodges. And then we have, I believe the only person I haven't had that's present is going to be Takumi. And you get +2 for being in the trees. And they miss. They roll 7.
I don't even have to roll.
They rolled a whole slew of 1s. Yeah.
They they knew it was me.
Yep.
That's
So,
beautiful.
that said, the troops have now gone. But at the same time, you hear the voice now call out, and he says, a stack of gold for whoever brings me the head of the archer. So with that,
Catch me if you can, suckers!
your
I'll bonk 'em
stomach,
for ya.
your stomach will sink. And you need to make an intimidation discipline roll.
What? Intimidation, discipline. Okay.
Dude, he's dealing psychological damage to you, dude.
This is called the Voice of Rebuke. It is a Jadesmith power.
Oh.
He's like attacking
The
your
voice
mind,
of
man.
Wait, Jade
Tell
Smith,
me
Will
a
Smith's
different
son?
story.
He
Yes.
has this power?
Jaden Smith.
Yes.
Oh no.
Jaden Smith.
Okay.
You fool.
Okay. Could I add karma to this?
Technically, yes. If the group allows, which I don't think anybody's going to say no.
Well, I've personal
your
karma.
personal,
I haven't
yes.
used any
We
in
have
it.
so many personal karma. I don't think we almost ever need to use group karma unless we just do like I did.
Mhm.
Okay.
Unless we just do.
Oh wow. 5 successes.
5 successes. Okay. You defeat the pull on your heart. You basically just steal yourself in your emotions. Had he succeeded, you would have been a -4 on your next test.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Glad you didn't. We're glad he didn't.
All right. That said, now we are on to, if I'm looking at the numbers right, Kyou. It is your
Yay,
action.
my turn. So I got away and I hid from them, right?
Mhm.
So I am going to use one of my fighting styles because I'm away from them, right?
Mhm.
Well, I don't want them to know where I am, so I'm going to kind of move away. And I am going to do my monkey rolling attack, and I'm just going to roll away. I'm gonna for those of you that have seen Hook, I'm gonna pick my legs up and I'm just gonna roll down like a cannonball, like that kid. in Hook.
Bangarang.
That wasn't
Aw.
bangerang though, was it? I mean, he might have shouted it while he did it, but yeah.
I
Can't
think he
remember that
actually
kid's
shouted,
name.
"Cannibal!"
Yeah,
Probably.
chunky little boy, and he just lifted those legs up and folded in half and just rolled right down the hill.
He's
So
good at that.
Seriously, one of my favorite characters in that movie.
he's great, and I can't think of his name for anything. I'm sure David will look it up and tell us in chat when it's time.
Hint, hint.
Hint, David, do it.
When the time comes.
So
is,
all I do with that,
Is Thud Butt.
Thudbutt, is that his name?
Yeah.
What a great name.
What a great name. Yeah. So it says, I don't know what it says. It just says movement /2 -1 penalty. What do my notes mean? You have the book, GM.
Here, I'll look it up. What is it?
It's fighting style monkey, and it's he screams fat ball. No, he doesn't. You're lying. Chat's lying. Matt's lying.
So this is rolling attack retreat.
Yeah.
Censored on my
Okay,
screen.
so level 1 of this, the monkey stylist can both tumble into battle and attack, or attack and then roll out. Movement divided by 2. The attack is made with a -1 penalty due to its chaotic method, but opponents cannot execute a retreat attack against this technique.
No.
Oh, so I can roll in and attack and then roll out?
Yeah.
Well, you can either roll in and attack, or
Or
attack
continue to
as you're
roll away?
rolling out. It's a one-way thing.
Oh, well.
But you don't get attacked. You don't get attacked if you're rolling away.
Spend 3 karma and there are enemies near you.
Okay. I mean, so are you saying I can roll into them and attack?
Or that they were pursuing you, and remember, karma can be used to rewrite scenes. So spend 3,
Mhm.
and they chased you in there, and you attack them and roll away.
I would have to use one of the group karma. I only have 2 left.
Group, is that okay?
I'm okay with it.
I don't mind. I've got
That's
my
fine
own
by
karma
me.
still.
Okay. So for my attack then, I'm
Rolling.
going to use let's see. Since I'm going to roll out, I'm gonna say that I'm a little closer to the ground.
Autobots.
That's fine with you, and I am
Yeah.
going to use fighting style Dragon Whip's Tail, which I think is a +1 to fight. Does that work?
Sounds great.
I think I technically the image is that I like brace myself on a foot and I swing my feet around. or I brace myself on a hand, and I do this little whippy maneuver.
He's
But I'm not
breakdance
great
fighting.
at fighting. Oh, I apparently bought some pips in fighting.
You did.
Guys, this is gonna be good. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 for fighting, +1 because of my fighting style, and it also says and dodge.
Yes.
Yeah, so you add +1 fighting to the attack, and all targets get a chance to dodge. Those who
Yes,
fail
they
are
can
knocked
dodge it.
down.
Okay, cool. So fighting plus what, athletics?
I would say athletics for that.
And so if my athletics is a 0, do I get none or do I get 1 for that?
You get none because you do
Because
have
I have
pips.
4 on the other. Okay,
Yes.
cool. Well, I got 2 10s. So
2 10s,
4.
that's 4. That's good.
Is that a boost by any chance?
Sadly, near.
Okay, that's fine.
And they're going to take 2 points damage and be knocked prone because that's not an appropriate dodge.
Yes. And now I roll away.
All right.
Fat ball.
The troops begin to run.
That's another
They're
one.
like, they had no idea what they were in for. Your ambush has succeeded, and they begin to scatter into the darkness.
Fools.
You hear the voice shouting out still. By all that is holy, stop! In the Emperor's name, stop! Return! And what are you going to do as a group?
Follow
I want to fight this voice man.
I want to fight this disembodied voice.
So I will say, as you approach, the individual is riding a donkey. He does have a sword on his side. He is dressed very fancily. And kind of just raises his arms. And he's like, I surrender. I am Lord Hideo Iamura, and you have captured me.
Why does this feel way too easy?
Throw your sword on the ground.
He just grabs his sword, tosses it on the ground.
I'm gonna go check him for other more concealed weapons.
I'll maneuver so that I have a good shot at his head if I need to.
Okay. He just stands there very nonchalantly, and you check him, and you find some general equipment on him, but not a whole lot, to be honest. Some official documents. And in the documents, it basically says a dispensation for him to command troops. That he has been given permission to perform a task for the Emperor.
All right. I guess while I do this, I'll ask that someone else in the group get the ropes we had for Koga, so we can just repurpose them. Recycling is good.
Guys at the cart. We'll
This
just
guy
yell out.
has no idea
Yeah,
anything.
we'll just yell out, guy.
Bring
I mean,
the
this
rope.
was,
Do you wish me to get off the donkey?
Yes.
1 moment. And he slowly gets off the donkey, making sure you see his hands the entire time. So where are we going?
Sure, anywhere with
You'll
you.
You'll see when we get there.
Wonderful.
I will go back and get meet guy halfway for rope.
And
actually, instead of that, can we either say, or I'm also willing to spend a karma point to make it so that we had some sort of like a whistle to signal when it's when guy needs to ride on in.
Sounds great. Yeah, absolutely. 1 karma for that.
Oh, I'm down for it. I'm willing to pay it. And so, guy is on his way over once he hears the signal.
Okay.
who's got good survival?
I have 1 in survival.
I have 1 in survival. We have a winner.
All right.
Winner.
Me or Chet?
No,
No,
Justine
Ranto has
has a 2.
It's Ranto.
Oh, Ranto had a 2. Yeah, go for it.
So I'm thinking that you tie this boy up, and I'll procure a new animal companion, Donkey Hoti.
Oh no.
That's low hanging fruit, Bo. Don
Hey.
Quixote.
They can't all be winners, but they all have so far.
Of course.
I have a worse name for it. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's stream appropriate.
Oh well, drop
No.
it in chat, and we'll.
Okay.
I'll make a poll.
So, you don't have to tie me up unless you really feel it's.
Don't trust you?
We're going to.
I'm not exactly a great fighter.
We're still going to.
Okay. Well, yeah, your choice. I don't blame you, of course.
The whole about to killing us thing really puts a dampener on our friendship.
Well, you weren't exactly supposed to be here.
Well,
I wasn't after
our
any of
talent.
you. Actually, I shouldn't say. I was only after one of you.
Koga.
I mean, he did say a bag of gold for your head.
Oh, true.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you're the one that was shooting the arrows at us. Huh.
Based off of the bow in my hand, I would assume so.
Yes, but that bow's not from around here, is it?
What's it to you?
I've dealt with the people who owned that bow. I don't think they're ever going to be very happy to find it in your hands.
Dun,
Yeah,
dun,
well,
dun. Dramatic
previous
over.
owner is no longer with us, and I wasn't the one that did him in, so
The nation of five blades will probably stand as long as our empire. That's who you have to worry about.
do I know
Hmm?
the nation of five blades?
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Oh yeah,
Did we know that that's where the bow came from?
I can't remember.
I believe y'all did, but
I talked to Sumi about it.
Yeah. It's been a couple eps.
if you wish, I apologize for telling my men to kill you.
Well, that's
so
nice.
much. I feel so much better now.
So where to?
Like I said, you'll find out when we get there. We're just let's get you
Yes.
in the
Have
let's
we
get
been
you in the
walking-
cart.
Hmm.
Yeah, have we been walking towards the cart this whole time, I hope?
Probably.
Okay. Then yeah, once we get there, we'll just yeah, tie him up, tie him into the cart. Do we know anything about this guy? Like, is his name familiar at all?
So his name is Hideo Yamura.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody wants to roll a knowledge based on that, I would allow
Okay.
that.
How about, can I get a +2 intuition for random common knowledge?
Sure.
So 3 +2. Why do I keep hiding my dice tray?
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
That's an 8, a 9, and 3 10s.
Whoa!
There we go. Wow.
Ooh.
That's a
So,
boost.
You know quite a bit.
8. Do I know this person and do I trust them?
You know that he is probably one of the last people you'd want to trust.
Okay.
So he is a member of a noble family. He is a page in the emperor's court. And
is a known member of the Jade Smiths. Jade Smiths, the name is very misleading because ultimately what they do is they like to pull the strings behind the empire. They like to make sure everything is working properly.
Okay.
And as such are known for their keen minds, their cunning, and their deception.
Is this not the Jade Smiths is not the name that I'm familiar with. Is there another name for this clan?
No,
Oh, they're not ninja.
they're not.
They're empire. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Pulls the strings behind the empire, deception, manipulation. Okay.
And real quick,
I know who you are.
Kyou,
Yeah.
you sell textiles. That's established in your character.
Mhm. Yeah.
Do you have an extra pair of socks I can buy?
What? Why? Why?
Sure,
Time.
I have stockings. I mean, they're not like training socks. They're a little bit finer.
Why do you
make.
need to buy socks?
Right. Oh, because the ones that I'm currently wearing are going to be used for something else.
Okay.
I'm gonna
That's worrisome.
I'm gonna pay you for some new socks.
All right.
I'm gonna put them on, and I'm going to ball the ones that I was wearing up, put them in this new guy's mouth, and gag him.
Oh no.
And then
Welcome to the group.
I'm going to take the gag that we had used for Koga earlier, and then I'm going to wrap that around so he can't spit it out.
We
Yeah.
bully everyone we don't like.
Oh no.
This is
We're teenagers.
This is a spy.
yeah. I'm going to say some. It's not bullying. This is he has surrendered. We are not treating him heinously. We are just keeping him quiet.
Oh no,
And,
I'm for it. Actually, I was going to ask, do you want me to walk around in the socks a little bit first?
Oh no.
It's done. It's done, Ranto. Thank you though.
I mean, if we're taking turns.
I
I
mean,
would-
y'all know I haven't worn socks since that festival. Or shoes.
And I haven't
Yeah.
washed these since that festival, so it's about the same.
We're all good then. So I know he's a Jade Smith.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I would say that was like, no, he's a Jade Smith. We do not want him to speak. We really don't want him to hear either, but we definitely don't want him to speak. But anything, and I will say that where he can hear anything we say.
When he hears that, he kind of does this half nod and bow to you.
And he's cocky and proud of it. Oh, I love him more by the second.
There's only room on this wagon for one cocky and proud person, and that's me. And it's my gosh dang wagon.
It's like, wait, I thought that was my role.
Yeah.
I thought that was Chet.
Yeah. No,
It's not pride. It's not cocky if you can back it up.
Do we all think we're the cocky ones? Except for
Yes.
guys?
I mean,
We're all teenagers.
yeah. So we are all the cocky ones.
Yeah.
No, I am actually going to look for like, can I have like not woven cotton? Can I have like cotton fluff,
Ugh.
like natural cotton? Somewhere,
Yes.
or let's say,
Yeah.
let's say I have a pillow and I destuff my pillow. I borrow the butterfly knife from Chet and I cut open the pillow and I shove some ball cotton into. Sorry, this might itch a bit, and I'll put some cotton in his ears and then tie another gag around that or another like
An
length
ear
of
gag.
silk.
Just tie
Yeah.
tie a blindfold around his eyes
Yeah.
to cut off that, and then have that hold the cotton in his
Yeah.
ears.
Exactly.
We've never been taught
The look on his
proper-
face is a little less smug.
We've
look on
never
his
been
face
taught
is
proper
too
hostage
blindfolded.
etiquette.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
So-
we're teenagers.
Do we
We
know
don't-
how far
we
from
don't-
Tenokiba we are?
Once you cross the river, you'll have to make a wide turn and go north. The wide turn is to avoid Nan Chao.
Okay.
Nan Chao is the next city north of here, and it is no longer a city. It is a fortress. I
remember Nan Chao, I think. Is
Yeah.
it the prison?
Yes, the rest of the players here are unaware of it, but essentially, Nan Chao was once a very fortified city. The outside walls are like a castle. But when the Ninja Crusade started up, they emptied out the city and turned it into a prison. So the outside walls are still a castle, but what the homes and the businesses and everything else have basically just been turned into this pit where they toss the society's people that they don't want into. And so there are beggars, criminals, thieves, some ninja who all reside inside of Nan Chao in the city, fending for their lives daily.
I do have a question, GM. Are we allowed to know whether or not he witnessed us specifically using any jutsu?
I think it's safe to say that he did not see anyone using jutsu. It might, at most, he might have seen Koga, because Koga was right there when he used.
Koga did his little snake shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, once I have his ears plugged and everything, I'm going to motion for everyone to follow me outside of the wagon because I'm putting him in the wagon. And I'm going to say very quietly, we cannot say anything around him. He may not know who we are, but we do not want him to take that information anywhere in the event that he gets loose.
Okay, well, so we just play the silent game around him.
We're merchants. You guys work for me. Again.
I don't know if he's gonna buy that.
Are you sure? I mean, I know everything about him. He's going to have to buy something. Now, see, there's a witty joke in there about I'm a merchant and I'm a Fujishita.
It just
He'll
it
buy
goes
anything.
like right
Yeah.
over Ranto's head.
I could make him buy anything.
Like that.
Merchant joke. Ha 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 ha.
So I mean, what's the plan? Is the plan to take
I don't know. I don't think we want to take him to. I don't think we should take him to our teachers.
I think the opposite of that, and that we should, because they'd know what to do with them.
Or take our teachers to him.
We could at least take him to a place where we could potentially quietly secure him.
Do we have any way of reaching out to the coalition from here?
Yeah.
Not this close to Nan Chao.
We need pigeons.
We really do. We need somebody. We need a ninja who has the ability to send long distance messages.
Your best bet is to go ahead and at this point make the trek north to Tenokiba. And Tenokiba is in a territory overseen by the Hidden Strands.
Okay.
And they definitely would know what to do with this guy because
Well-
you would also know this based on your role. Hidden Strands and the Jade Smiths are the ultimate rivalry for power in the Empire.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of was the Hidden Strands when you were talking about the Jade Smiths. Yeah, I'm gonna say let's at least get him to Tenokiba and reach out to somebody with the Hidden Strands when we get there. But I don't know that I want him to see Akakage or Ayame.
Okay.
If they want to meet with him later, then maybe the Hidden Strands can keep him somewhere and keep him captured. But I don't honestly. I am going to be on high alert until he is not with us.
All right. Well, one thought is once we hand him over to the Hidden Strands, we may not get a say in what happens to him or if we get to see him again.
That's true. That's true. But we are part of the coalition. And I mean, all we can say is, I mean, we can go get Ayame and Akakage before, but I feel like the sooner we can get him out of our responsibility, the better it is for us. This is not our mission.
GM,
Yes.
could I spend 5 karma to
Wow.
write into the fabric of reality that in this entire time that we've been traveling up until this point, Takumi has had a pet messenger pigeon.
For 5 karma, that is definitely doable.
Nice.
Okay,
And we just got another one back from
Is
Tentacle
it
Greg.
trained?
Nice.
great. I asked specifically for a messenger pigeon.
Mm-hmm.
And if I've had it
Okay.
all up until this time, then that means that I would have had over a year with it to get it trained. So, we can, with that in mind, we could, in theory, write a message to either the Hidden Strands or to Akakage and send the pigeon with a message for them to meet us somewhere between here and the Hidden Strands or at the Hidden Strands so that they can at least help us and give them a short rundown of what we've come across.
Sorry, I'm laughing at our player chat. It was in there that the pigeon is a gift from his mom's new boyfriend.
Who said that?
I
do you think?
wonder.
I didn't see that.
My mom is not dating anybody right now.
Man, your
Yeah.
dad gives you the best stuff.
It's not my dad. I don't
Your
even
dad,
know him.
right?
But that said, you send off the pigeon, and you will be able to meet. They'll, at least you hope. But I will say, we're going to do a little bit of a time skip. But you travel for several days. Koga seems to fume a little bit because he wants to ask this guy why he was after him. But at the same time, it's like, for some reason, he keeps his distance.
He's lucky
You know,
we
he's
even still let him be on the cart.
So, as you are traveling,
Oh, wait.
Mhm.
So the guy, okay, I must have missed something. The guy was after Koga? I
He
thought
said he was
after
after.
one of us, or one of
Oh.
you,
Oh, he didn't
and
say which one?
yeah.
Koga just assumes that it was him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Koga is
So I
also
mean,
the
we assume, like, an assumption is that it's Koga. He also put a bounty on my head during the fight, but that may just be because of the weapon I'm wielding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. I just wanted to make sure that I hadn't missed that it was actually explicitly said that he was going after Koga. So he wasn't. Not necessarily.
Yeah. He said he did not expect any of your team to be there,
Yeah.
and that he was only after one of you. So
Likely
there's an
Koga.
implication. But
Yeah,
that
I
said, as you were traveling, you round a corner, and stepping out of the brush comes Akakage, dressed as a. I want to say he's dressed as an acupuncturist. You know, he has on some very nice robes, but he
Can
has.
I not recognize him?
Hmm?
Can
Can you not?
Can I not recognize him? Yeah.
Rules
No,
not recognize him.
And I will be like, "Oh, hold up." And I'm like, "I
This is
so
in my
need
neck.
some acupuncture." Yeah. This wagon is great, but until I get some better cushions on that seat, I need an adjustment.
Tokyo, who's that grandpa you're talking to?
I am not anyone's grandfather.
Oh, shit.
Oh. Oh
I
no.
just get back in the wagon. I closed the laptop.
Yeah, when I got the message, I thought it was rather odd that you were all the way out here. What exactly is going on?
We have 2 prisoners now.
2 prisoners.
Well, Koga has not been
Collecting
bound.
them.
We've got a prisoner and a Koga.
We have a host stage.
He's, still part of Onimaru's fangs, which is an enemy, and he's with us not entirely of his own will. It counts.
And Koga's like, I have been staying on the wagon for 2 weeks. I don't understand.
Where are you gonna go? You're gonna die if you're all by yourself. You clearly are not capable.
Can
We
we
have
just stop
established
fighting
this.
for a second?
So some stuff has happened. And unless somebody else wants to contribute to it, I would just start rambling off away from the cart.
Yeah.
What has transpired?
Yeah, I think that's fine for Takumi to ramble about the man he murdered.
I will not mention that.
So, teacher, Akakage, sir, do you have staff that can take care of my animals and a stable I can take my wagon to or something?
Well, we can definitely arrange for something in Tenokiba if you want. There's plenty there.
Well, I do have one. Do we still have the guy? We do have the guy.
Yes.
Well, we do need to get one parcel off the wagon before it goes anywhere.
Which one of the 2?
And I open the back and pull off the
Interesting.
the eye blindfold.
Have you figured out who this person is?
I put the eye blindfold and cotton back in just to make sure. I make sure it's tight. And I tell him it's Hideo Iemura. My goal had been to give him to the Hidden Strands, but I do not want him on my wagon anymore. I don't want a Jade Smith on my wagon.
Getting him to the Hidden Strands might be fine.
Might be.
Well, they will get the information out of him. That I am certain of. And he'll probably give it away for free. Knowing him.
He came very willingly, and he's more of a diplomat or a bureaucrat than it seems he is of a fighter.
Most of them are.
But he had the cannibal with him.
Yeah, we had to deal with that too.
Well, I have too many questions. Do you want to know the answers as well?
Yes. I mean, I don't know about my friends, but I'm sure Chet would agree that and Guy, and I'm sure Takumi and Ranto. I will speak for them that yeah, I think we at least deserve to know some answers. We've been kind of thrust into this.
He takes the Jade Smith off the wagon and walks him out into the forest a bit. You might want to hide the wagon a moment.
Okay, so
Stealth mode.
yeah, stealth mode that wagon.
Didn't we make a tarp? I feel like we made a tarp.
Yeah, we made a stealth mode. Yeah. We made stealth mode for it.
Yeah, we made a tarp for it. That's it's invisible when it's in stealth mode because I rolled really well.
He leads them to a copse of trees and stands him up against one and rebinds his arms around the tree with his back to the tree.
Ouch.
And he then reaches reaches into his satchel and pulls out an apple and what looks to be about 3 to 4 feet of wire.
Oh,
He places the apple over the man's neck and then wraps the wire around both the man's neck and the tree. And then he undoes the adjusts the blindfold so that the man can hear and that he can also now takes out the gag. But he cannot see. And then he pulls once on the wire and it cuts halfway through the apple. It's like, I'm hoping I've gotten your attention. I don't really have a lot of time, and I don't really have a lot of training in how to get information. So I'm hoping that you will answer my questions quickly so I don't have to pull on this wire again. The man kind of just sits there, or stands there thinking for a while. Well, you seem to have me however you want, so ask away. What exactly was your plan? Ah, a big question. Well, my plan, as it were, was that I had been contacted by a member of the Recoiling Serpents concerning a hopeful end to the war. And Akakage tugs the strand just a little bit and it cuts a little bit deeper into the apple. It's like, I need information, not just generalizations. And the man sighs and says, a Recoiling Serpent member by the name of Onimaru sent a missive saying that he knew a way that we could end the war. And Akakage is like, and? He said that he would provide somebody who, if captured, would be able to lead the Imperial troops to the location of the final stronghold of the Lotus Coalition.
We all turn and look at Koga.
Koga's white as a sheet. Interesting. And I take it, of course, you were going to use somebody to get to this so-called hidden village, and then double cross Onimaru anyway. And the person kind of shrugs under his bindings.
I'd like to be slinking back subtly so that I can be listening and watching the conversation and interrogation, but also keep an eye on Koga, just in case he decides to bolt for whatever reason.
Who all knows about your plan? And he basically says, not too many. I've kept it pretty close to my chest. There really aren't that many that they knew that we were going to capture someone and that that person was going to help end the war, but nobody really knew much more. There might be a couple who realize that there's a supposed stronghold. And Akakage binds him up, redoes everything that you've done. Yeah, let's give him to the hidden strands. There's probably more information that they can get from him. But he kind of looks at the group of you. We can't allow him to ever go free with that information.
Agreed.
Also tells me now that Onomaru is willing to betray everything to end up on top.
Did we tell him about the snake?
I imagine in the context of the world, we told him everything without us personally going into it.
I did say I rambled a bit about what happened.
Yeah, so there is a celestial snake on the loose.
Last thing we need is a war with two enemies.
Yeah. We don't know how to conjure up any of them celestial boys, do we?
There are a few elders amongst the ninja who do. Last time we did it, you're probably all too young to remember. The Emperor sent, I believe it was a celestial bear, to destroy the village of Danketsu. And we answered by summoning our own creature. The two fought back and forth.
Yeah, and we had the hill. The
Yes.
hill is where the celestial bear fell.
Mm-hmm.
Lookout Point.
Exactly.
Where where our adventure started. Way
Barely.
back in season 1, when Koga was just bullying us, and a janitor kicked his butt.
Well, you know that part of the story, so you know how destructive they are and how nobody should be doing that sort of thing lightly. I kind of wonder what deal Koga made to be able to summon such a creature.
And we also mentioned that they killed all of the pack of the Black Moon.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Their ghosts are there.
That was the rumor. But there's more to that rumor than just that. Either way, let's go to Tenokiba. We'll hand him over the hidden strands and we'll get you on a ship.
Can the boat take my wagon?
Yes.
Oh.
Tenokiba is along a going northwards. There's a peninsula, a very large body of water. You can find a ship any size there. Question is where we want you to go.
Did y'all mention that we think we know who did the poison?
Yeah, we would have
Sounds-
brought that up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you guys found any better information out up here, but
No. It was not the merchant. We've secured him as an ally for the Lotus Coalition.
what?
So, what? What do you mean? Yeah, what?
The person that we thought it was?
No, there's a
No.
merchant in Tenokiba.
The merchant that they went to.
Oh, okay. I was like,
What?
I was like, what?
All
when did
that hard
happen?
work.
All that hard work for nothing.
He's greedy, but he's agreed.
He's what? Oh, greedy.
He's very greedy. No, he wants to make some deals and expand his business once the war's over.
Well, tough. That's
He
as
has
one merchant to another. It's a free market for a reason, Bubbo.
So declares Kyou.
Either way, our source inside of the Emperor's court thought that he was important to whatever plan to end the Ninja Crusade. So we've secured him to our side, at least for now.
There was a member of the court in Heimanmu when we were there.
This is getting stranger and stranger.
I agree.
And that was where Onomaru was making allies as well.
Yes, that was where.
It's very concerning that he's already gotten allies on the court. It may due to overturn certain factions, though. I'm sorry. When you return to Danketsu, you're going to probably get pulled in some of the politics there, and I think I should warn you.
Gross.
Well, there are different factions who have different ideas of how to end this war. One of the factions wants us to make nice with the Emperor and just say we're sorry, our bad, and let's just go back to the way things were. And then there's another faction that just wants to dethrone the Emperor.
I mean, I don't think the Emperor is ever going to let us coexist peaceably. But I really don't wish to discuss that. Plus, I think I can also speak for us all. Am I right when I say that every time we get dragged into some sort of grown-up or room with a bunch of adults, they just don't listen to us anyway. So our opinions are a whole lot of useless to them, even though
Well, you're young.
We're out here
And you're
capturing
ranked.
hostages.
I mean, we can make the reports and bring the reports to you or somebody who does have word. But we don't
It
have
is due
much
to your
sway.
low rank. They will expect you to. Some of them can be very manipulative. I will
Some
agree.
of them were of low rank once too, and they should remember that.
Well, that leads the question to where would you want to get a boat to then? Do you want to go back to Danketsu, or do you want to go try to find that one last figure that you were supposed to seek out?
The ghosty one
Yes.
in the spooky land?
Well,
I mean, I'm always down for the ghosty one in the
I'm
spooky
down to
land.
not get pulled into a political discussion.
Anything is better than being pulled into a room
Plus, I've
full of
got this
stuffy
nice
adults.
cart. I've got this nice cart. We could make some money, y'all. I, in fact, have family somewhere. John would know places better than I would. I have family that we can
somewhere.
we can restock on some textiles and spices since we use some. And we can make some money on the road. I mean, I only have to take 70% of the profits, because 70% of my cut goes to me and then the rest goes to my family, but it's that's 30% to split amongst the rest of you.
I don't really know what I would do with money.
Okay, then to split amongst the rest of you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Either way, if you don't want to go back, I say it probably makes sense for you to go to Arashi Port.
Arashi Port, that was it. I forgot the name of it.
There's
It's been so long ago.
There's no way to it from here. So what we'll end up doing is we'll get you a ship, and they'll sell you out around the Flame River province to the Black Veil province, and you'll just go south from there. And I have contacts there. That's the holding area of my clan.
And what is his clan again?
The Blazing Dancers.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's all.
How festive.
I forgot.
I just want it to be known.
Do you have food in your acupuncture office? Ramen?
Figure it out.
Noodles?
But all things considered, I think this is a great place to go ahead and pause for the evening.
I think Chet was going to say something real fast.
Oh yeah, chat. I'm sorry about that.
I just want to make sure we're not taking this guy with us. I
Koga?
point at Koga.
I don't want to go with you. Well, that solves that. He can stay with me and
we all agree.
Ayame, and maybe she can figure out something to do with him. So, well, let's go. Tenokiba awaits.
What are you going to do about the Triumph province?
The governor or the mayor there?
No, that the Empire has surrounded it and they're going after the old snake. Does Ayame know?
Yes. The clan, if there's nobody there now from Onimaru's clan, we'll need to figure out some way to evacuate them out of there.
There's a huge tunnel that a celestial snake left in its wake that they escaped from.
We need to get word to them then that that tunnel's there, see if they can get out.
Good thing you're keeping Koga, because I bet he could.
That's not a bad idea. Very well. Get to Arashi port, but Tenokiba first.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
And we'll go ahead and pause it there for tonight. We'll go ahead and let my players know ahead of time. We're going to give everyone 3 XP off of tonight. Does anybody feel that anyone did a extremely good job tonight, role play wise, or coming up with ideas?
I was very good with that stick.
I think
I was
Guy and
just
Takumi-
about to say you until you nominated you, and now I'm nominating Guy.
Yeah, I was gonna
Dang
say
it.
Guy and Takumi did all those big traps.
Okay. So let's go ahead and say Guy and Takumi take 1 extra point of XP.
All right.
Okay.
And last question: does anybody feel like they really learned something tonight?
I learned how to make stink bombs. No, I learned I don't like having hostages in my cart.
It's a good thing to learn.
And I learned that hanging around with my parents and my family at functions and hearing names was very useful.
There you go. That's a good one. That's 1 XP.
Alright. I'll write that down. Don't take prisoners. Got it.
Take no prisoners. Take from them everything. Leave them nothing.
Oh no.
I
Anybody
learned
else feel like
that
they really learned something?
I learned that bullets don't mean anything. And arrows don't even hurt. I don't understand why everyone's afraid to talk to me all so much.
Oops.
We could test the theory.
Sorry, I can just do it. I can do it again. I can roll my dice.
I got arrows to spare.
I'll get. So, Chet, that's 1 for you. Anybody else got anything they feel they learned?
I know that. Oh, go on.
Oh, I was just going to say, I can't really think of anything aside from the fact that Ranto feels like I am very overwhelmed with the political stuff. I am best suited to the punching and the sneaking and the kicking and the bonking.
I am very uncomfortable with the energy we have in the studio today.
Guys, looking forward to some counterintelligence work.
Okay.
It will be good. It was fun the last time.
I learned that the bow apparently gives me a name and a reputation.
It does indeed. We did lose Justine's camera.
I
Or at least
know.
I did. So I think we're gonna go ahead and call it. I appreciate y'all. Did everybody get their experience points sorted out, GM?
Yeah, go ahead and everybody take 1 for what you've learned. And we'll just go from there. Again, next Thursday, we'll have our Octon Cthulhu game. Keep your eyes open to see if we, in the next month or 2, we might be adding a few more shows, depending. And so, yeah, other than that, I'm really glad everybody's having a good time. Once our team does make it back to Danketsu, if depending on the way things go, we will be moving into season 3 at that point.
Woo!
That is going to be, well, let's just say I don't want to really toot my own horn, but I think that's going to be like, if this is the prequel moments, we're headed for the Return of the Jedi moment kind of stuff. So,
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Hooray!
Yeah. All right. So there we go, guys.
Had a good time tonight. Thank you all. Yes, next week, Octon Cthulhu, same time, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. 2 weeks from today on April 1st, no fooling, we're going to be back here doing Growing Shadows episode 7. But yeah, thank you, Steven, Toan, Justine, Sam, John. Thank you for a great session. I am Roxanne, and we will see you all next time.
Ready for this?